What's up, Champions fam? It's Zeke40, back on a brand new WWE Champions video. Finally, the New Gen Era category has a solid and viable go-to striker in none other than the new and improved Rocky Maivia, the Blue Chipper. Now, this was a buff that wasn't expected, but definitely needed. For the longest time, Rocky Maivia has pretty much been the striker's equivalent to pre-geared Junkyard Dog. And that's saying a lot. That is not a compliment. It's just the God-honest truth. For the longest time, he hasn't really been viable as an actual unit to clear content. He's been good for a trainer, a very niche trainer ability at that, but ultimately, nobody was really using him. We all pulled him, but we never used him unless you really marked out for him. But now we have a reason to work on him moving forward. And kudos to everybody who actually, took the time out to watch my 3-star bronze gameplay on him before the Broskis dropped their exclusive 5-star gameplay. I'm glad that you all enjoyed the content. And thank you for your comments too, because a lot of you reached out and let me know that he is definitely a brand new version of striker Luke Harper. Rest in paradise. Luke Harper went on to AEW, became Brody Lee before passing away, and since he left WWE, champions can no longer use his likeness. So those of you who have Powerhouse and Striker Harper, he's pretty much a trophy champion. And for the longest time, Striker Harper was a dominant force, especially in showdowns. If you had Harper and Rowan, dominating things. I remember back in the day when Gearson did streams on YouTube and he would be using Harper for everything, just bodying everybody. And I take that as a huge compliment for Rocky Maivia right here, getting that type of love, because back in the day, man, Harper had his little reign as like a true monster of a unit. He might not be a god-tier striker anymore, but he had his moment. And now, since he's not as accessible anymore to the community, to have Rocky Maivia take on that moveset and kit is a real good look and a real good homage to allow players to have that opportunity to have a solid striker of their own, especially if you've been playing for a while. You've probably picked this guy up left and right, didn't even care, and now he is actually usable again. I love buffs like that. Now, he did not get Harper's ability, okay, the 50% blast gem damage and red moves destroying additional gems. So I am curious to see which superstar is going to be bestowed that ability, because that is a monstrous ability right there. But the kit of Harper put onto Maivia definitely took him from 0 to 100 real quick. He isn't god tier, but he will get the job done for you, and that's what's most important. He's also easily accessible when it comes to trainers and coaches. A lot of the trainers and coaches that you could use on him are free-to-play characters that you probably pull left and right and don't care. Again, sitting on boatloads of shards, right? And what makes him a monster is because now that he has Harper's kit, low charge moves during the era of perks, right? He doesn't need a MP trainer. He really does not need an MP trainer or coach. So that means you can focus in on running Demon Balor, Sin Cara, Powerhouse Braun, or Striker Balor. You can utilize these different types of characters to help him out. Like, he's going to be a monster. Showboat Matt too. Everybody had an opportunity to get him for a long, long time. So when you look at characters like that, being able to use this guy and have a monster of a striker on your team, looking at the brand new Inoue and Maivia Legacy link, Nation of Domination, New Gen, all dealing with 10, 15, 25% gem damage for a striker, that just makes this guy a whole other animal. And because he's basically going to be able to spam his moves left and right, I can easily see him taking care of daily content for you. I can even see him taking down some certain types of showdowns if need be. I wouldn't recommend it, but he's going to be able to do something for you, and that's what matters most. Being able to have some type of utility from a character on your account is what matters. Now, we do have the limited time tours up, and you can spam your showdown. You can grind showdown as long as you desire, winning matches with Rocky Maivia on your squad, the clear milestones. So I got a lot of grinding to do because I have no plans of spending money on the banner. Now, obviously, if you spend money on the Mega Superstar Loot banner that's up, using those coins is going to help you hit a lot of milestones easily. Me personally, I know I don't have it in me to do at least, 1,000 plus matches, okay? I got a life at the end of the day, and I'm not going to break the bank either to make up the gap. So I've looked at the milestones, and I'm probably going to try to go as high as possible and try to at least get the 3-star gold fuse for my 3-star bronze Rocky. Getting him close to the 4-star is going to help me out, because after seeing the gameplay, regardless, I didn't have a striker project to work on anyway, aside from Farouk, but I'll probably work on Farouk and work on Rocky simultaneously. So yeah, the black is going to be hurting me badly, but it's going to be fun at the end of the day. A lot of solid milestone rewards and resources from the solo and faction contest, so have fun, do what you got to do. There were issues with the contest superstars in the beginning, but they've gone ahead and resolved that. The weekly blitz is up. If you can knock out your hell blitzes, go ahead and do what you got to do. A lot of required superstars that some people might not have, so that's on you. Hard mode isn't hard to do, and if you got the mental dexterity to go ahead and knock out normal mode runs, if you got to, hey, the possibilities are endless, but at least you know that you have a couple options with the content here. You got your limited time tours. If you got Rocky My VR already, I've used my 3-star bronze Rocky to basically clear out the normals and the normal and the hard modes, a bit of them, and then I finished off with my stronger units and went into the hell modes and did what I could there. And then you have the Mega Superstar loot. Again, if you use you get points for the loot, so if you go ahead and do that, that's going to help you hit a lot more milestones a lot quicker and sooner. But you do have the option. It might be a grind. You could possibly max out this contest without spending any money by simply just grinding out your showdown. And by you grinding out your showdown and your notoriety going up, and with you going up in league, that's more showdown coins to you, and that's more benefit moving forward. But it's ultimately up to you how you want to go about this. But I do like that they at least give you the option, like, hey, you can either spend money, or you can, grind out some matches, or you can do a little bit of both. The option is yours. No pressure here, because it would be kind of weird if they were really pressuring people to spend money for an old unit that's getting a new buff. It's kind of similar to the whole thing for the geared up Junkyard Dog, right? But at the same time, you have that option. You at least have a chance to get a lot of milestones here. It's all about what you're willing to put in. So I'm impressed by this new and improved Rocky Maivia. I really am. And the homage to Harper, I dig that. It's cool. He might only have a few move sets compared to other champions, but he's going to get the job done. And again, when it comes to trainers and coaches, okay, a lot of them are free. A lot of us were able to get these characters over time. Showboat Matt, Demon Balor, Striker Balor, Powerhouse Braun, okay, Sin Cara. All those characters are characters that we can easily pull out of any banner, or have gotten out of free-to-play banners and pulls. So knowing that you don't have to use MPs on them, that's an even huger asset when utilizing perks and straps, medals, and skill plates. So it's not an L on this buff. It's a huge dub for sure. But I am intrigued, since they gave Luke Harper's moveset to Rocky, who's going to get that ability, because that 50% blast gem damage and red moves destroying additional gems, that is a deadly scenario right there. So I am highly curious as to what they're going to do to get that back into the game for everyone to acquire. But at least I know for sure that, hey, look, a solid striker is now in the game for all free-to-play players, fans of The Rock, people who need a striker project to take all the way up to 5-star. The gem damage is going to go up, meaning he's going to hit even harder. No MP trainers needed. I mean, you could easily run Rikishi on the coach side of things for MP. And when it comes to the pay side of things, Zombie Seth, Zombie Taker, the new Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. All of those are solid options. But you can really run this guy as a free-to-play champion who is pretty much built off of other free-to-play characters that a lot of us within the game should have by now. And obviously it's going to vary if you're starting late in the game, but a lot of those characters highly accessible. You're even moving forward, you'll probably pick up their shards or pick up cards of them left and right, and you obviously didn't want them, but at least you know they can help benefit this guy right here. So how far are y'all going to go on this contest? What are your thoughts on the buff? And what are your thoughts on the gameplay? Sometimes a character doesn't have to do everything and anything to be a monster of a unit. Sometimes it's just certain tweaks. For the longest time, people didn't work on Rocky Maivia for the simple fact that he did not have any viable moves. Now he does. And to some, it might be a little more tedious to run compared to other champions in the game, which is highly understandable. Everyone has their preference. But you will always know that you have a option in him moving forward. And that's what matters most. And getting an opportunity with this contest to have a chance to not only do this free to play or do this pay to play, to have that opportunity for both sides. No one can say that they're getting shafted on this. No one's getting scoped on this, really. It's your choice. You can do a little bit of both. You can spend and you can grind, or you can commit to either side. But the milestone rewards can be cleared one way or the other. It's just depending on how much you want to put in. And with different shots and chances at, the brand new Rock, getting opportunities at coins, TP, tokens, all right, this contest is looking good. It's a very solid weekly contest compared to others. It ultimately does fall upon you. We had issues with the contest superstars, but this buff has been a breeze, and the content's been pretty good. A lot of good resources for everyone to pick up just by doing the few limited time tours alone. And the showdown is an option if you need to. But if you stay on it, if you stay on top of it, a lot of people within the community have been lowering their defense. Take advantage while you can before we have to go into this upcoming weekend showdown grind where no mercy might not be shown. So y'all let me know about this contest. What are your thoughts about it? How far are you trying to go when it comes to the solo side of things? What are your thoughts on the brand new weekly blitz that's in full effect? What do you think of Rocky's, Luke Harper redesign? I love it. I absolutely love it. Now he's viable not only as a trainer for characters like Showstopper, Heartbreak Kid Sean, but now he's a monster of a unit in his own right. He didn't have to be put into the Zenith tier, but he has moved up from being Hot Garbo. And that is more than enough, especially with dealing with a striker that can spam a plethora of multiply gems down on the board and hit you like a truck and be ready to go even after a sub. This guy will still be a monster. So, hey, yo, bad times don't last, but champions do. Mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you, of my beloved #champions fan. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive all future notifications from yours truly, the bad guy at WWE Champions, Zeke 4-0. And until next time, let's chop it up within the comments below. What are your thoughts on the brand new Rocky Maivia? Hands down, the best striker in the new gen era category moving forward. There's no way around that now. A brand new incarnation of striker Luke Harper, rest in paradise, and a very solid and reasonable contest, to say the least. It's all up to you. So I wish you all nothing but the best. I'm going to try to get my 3-star gold fuse of Rock. If I can get a little further than that with the matches, if everything works out, cool. If not, at least I know that I did what I could. But until next time, y'all have an amazing day. Get your blitzes knocked out of the way for the showdown grind to come. And stay tuned. Peace!